Hello guys, welcome back to another election prediction video. This time we have Mitt Romney, senator from Utah, versus President Joe Biden. Now this is a pretty unlikely scenario to have like Mitt Romney as the Republican nominee. The only way that happens is if Trump and DeSantis both don't run for office. That's like his only path to becoming the nominee here. And he's kind of decent as a nominee. The only problem I see him encountering in is in the Rust Belt. I think he'll do decent in the Sun Belt, but I just think the Rust Belt, all those Trump supporters there who are really populist, I'm not sure if they'll really turn out for him at all or they'll even vote in this scenario, but we're going to go through each and every state. So the first two states going to be doing are Virginia and Colorado. Now, Romney, he's a bit more of a moderate Republican, so he could get definitely the margins down from 10 points in each of these states. But I don't see him going to the lean category with Mitt Romney as the nominee. I don't think he's liberal enough to get enough of these voters out here. He still agrees with Trump on nearly every policy. He's just a lot more moderate and careful about what policies he supports and stuff like that. So I don't think he's liberal enough to get him down to lean at all. It's going to stay as two likely states. Same for New Mexico too. I really don't see him that doing as well as Trump did among Latino voters because Trump had a lot of populist rhetoric on his side to swing them over. So I think that'll definitely not give him a solid margin in Texas, but it's probably do about the same as Trump, honestly. And in the state that'll hurt him the most with Latino voters, Florida. It goes to lean in this, which it's usually a likely state in a Biden matchup. But it would go to lean for Romney here. I think he'll probably carry the state, but it won't be as big as Trump could or DeSantis could. The same for North Carolina, too. It's just because of Biden's approval rating just so bad that even Mitt Romney will probably carry the state by a lean margin. All right, the states of Ohio and Iowa. It'll probably be by about 7 points in Ohio, 8 points in Iowa. I think Trump could do a lot better in these states and get a lot of his base out in each of these states. I just think the one thing that Romney's going to struggle is getting those populist Trump supporters, like all of them, to vote for him. I'm sure some of them will, but there's going to be a decent 20 to 30% of them that just don't show up, and he's going to have to rely on moderates and independents in either of these states, and he'll probably still win them because of Biden's current like -10 approval rating, so he'll probably still carry them overall. The state of Nevada, this is another area where I think Romney's going to drop the ball, and he's not as strong as Trump is in this state, especially among Latinos. But he will probably carry Arizona by winning over the moderates and independents who lean to the right that voted for Joe Biden in the 2020 election. He'll probably win them over by a decent amount of margin to withhold any Trump base just not showing up for him and being less enthusiastic in this state. All right, so let's go to the next few states. I think we'll do Georgia. Georgia, no, I'll save that one for last. It's an interesting case. But Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Here's they're all going to be lean. Minnesota, he's a bit more moderate, so I think he'll get that margin down from likely to lean. But for these three states, I just don't think the Trump's populist supporters are really going to show up for Romney at all in either of these, and he's going to lose them by lean margins. Of course, he'll make some gains among independents and stuff like that, but all that Trump base, like I think a good portion of them in these three states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, they really won't show up to vote for Romney at all, and he'll probably lose all three of them, even if Biden's approval is -10. Those Trump voters really matter here, and he does not have populist rhetoric whatsoever, and that's what's really going to hurt him. Nebraska's second is actually one area I see Romney probably winning, just because of his they view him as a moderate, even though he kind of really isn't at all. So he's more similar to the representative here, Don Bacon, who claims he's moderate and he just talks moderate really good, but never really does anything moderate. So I think they'll probably carry this district, honestly, just because people view him as a moderate, even though he really isn't. But yeah, let's get to Maine. I think Biden will probably carry it by a lean margin, while Romney will probably win Maine second by a likely. New Hampshire, probably going to be about a lean margin. I think Trump voters will doom him here too. They might just not really turn out that being that enthusiastic for him in this state. And we go down to the state of Georgia, and that's the one state I actually think Romney would do better than Trump in. I think he'll probably carry Georgia, be by a tilt margin, and be very, very close. But I think Romney could win back those former Republicans who voted for Biden here, and that'll carry the state for him. So yeah, that's my election prediction. It was Biden versus Romney. Let me think of it in the comment section below. See you guys in the next video.